Jess on his right. Hey, hold up, don't start a fight. He's got you covered with all the sports. Don't fret, he's wearing shorts. It's time for Waking Jake in the morning, Waking Jake at night. Jake sucks.
Hooty hoo! They're hooty hooing. Good morning and welcome to Wake and Jake in the Morning, a show where myself, Jake Storielli, and producer David Mendelson, we talk sports. Because I like sports. So does BBD. And sports are fun. Sports are fun. And sports are going, man. I stayed up late for the basketball game, and I was having this moment of like, oh, am I going to be tired tomorrow? What am I doing? And then I went back. I went back to like scary quarantine times, no sports. And I was like, this is what I wanted. This is it. So I'm staying up. I'm excited for it. And Big Baby David, I think it's going to be our game of the night. Just a reminder, we are quarantining this week, so I'm coming live from the Roosevelt Studio South, also known as my apartment, BBD from Roosevelt Studio Northwest. We believe we're not a direction company. And so thanks to them. Let's get into the game of the night, BBD. And there was a couple baseball ones that could have been here, and we're going to talk about them. But the game of the night, the game that I think people were talking about, Twitter got litter, if you will. No, don't litter. Got my umpire shirt on today. Shout out Angel Hernandez. Talk about him. He's my favorite. Nuggets, Lakers. This was a fun game, BBD. The Jokic was dominating in the first half. A lot of fun plays, a lot of fun floaters. Nuggets had about a 10-point lead at the half. They stretch it out to 20, and then the Lakers switched to a zone defense, and I believe they forced 5 or 6 straight turnovers. It was kind of wild. It's not something you normally see in an NBA game. It led to a 19-2 Lakers run, and with 4 minutes left, I think everyone was kind of doing this, hey, like if the Nuggets lose this, this is going to be with them forever. Jamal Murray turns around, showed on the screen a second ago, he tore up to Russo on a nasty move. They needed that bucket bad. And then he hits kind of a dagger three, 30 feet, nothing but the bottom of the net. Good for my Nugs. They fend him off. The final score ends up being 114-106. Jamal Murray, 18, 12 assists, and 8 rebounds. Jeremy Grant was a big difference maker for the Nuggets tonight, coming over from OKC. 26 points, playoff career high, 7 of 11 shooting. Jokic with 22 and 10. Monte Morris mic'd up and played really well. 14 points, 5-7 shooting. LeBron goes for 30, 10 and 11, and he turned it on for a little bit. That was fun. 80, 27, only 2 rebounds. We'll talk about that a little bit. KCP with 12. Rondo 9 and 8, and then 3 steals that I think they were all during that stretch. He tormented Murray. Game 4 will be Thursday night. Nuggets get a win. It's a 2-1 series. And okay, so they needed this win to make it a series. You can't go down 3-0 to the Lakers. And BBD, I ended up getting in the weeds a little bit last night because does this change anything? Like, this was a nice win, and the Nuggets looked good. But at the same time, the Lakers had the most dominant stretch of this game, IMO. Right. And I don't know. Like, you know, I don't think anyone's coming out with the takes that it's like it's the Nuggets series now. I think everyone's still expecting the Lakers. The question just was, were they going to get one? And they did. So I don't know. Should people be higher on the Nuggets? Should people be lower on the Nuggets? Should people be the same? Because I don't know. I'm kind of the same. I am happy they got this game because they could have very well lost too.
Yeah, I think that's the right response. Just because I'm probably one of the lower people on the Nuggets, but it's also because I kind of openly root for the Lakers because I like LeBron. But I would still expect the Lakers to win. If they don't, that'd be very surprising. I don't think that's a hot take. But it's good they won this game, so the series has the potential to be interesting. Because you go up 3-0 against LeBron, there's no chance of winning, even if the Lakers go. But even if the Lakers go up 3-1 now, I mean, they just came back 3-1 on Kawhi and Paul George. Like, they're capable of doing that. They've come back 3-1 twice. So keep it interesting, cool. I still think Lakers should be a heavy favorite. They're still up in the series. Like you said, they had the most dominant stretch. They have the best player. They're probably the two best players.
Yeah. And Anthony Davis, the 2 rebounds, he went for a while with 0. And I don't know. I'm not going to kill him for that. He's, 27 points. He had a nice game. And, they played some of the bigs. I know Dwight was out there banging, but AD, 7 feet, bro. Can't be getting 2 rebounds. So
if you're doing that, you're going to have to put up at least like a 40 burger if you're not going to like grab boards and have like a crazy blocks night or something.
Yeah, and he kind of got lost. His shots toward the end all felt pretty forced. I don't know. It'll be an exciting game 4. Excited to see if the Nuggets will tango again or if they can get the win, because then that will change the wins of the series.
Tie it up, it's different.
That that sounds probably a little dumb. Like, it's like, yes, if they win another game, which I don't know. I'm interested to see. Will they come out? Because I think this game felt like one of those Golden State playoff games where you expect Golden State to win even when they're down 20. Like, the run is going to come. It's
they
just
can do 20 whenever they want.
When is it going to happen, and what's it going to look like? And it did happen, and they survived it. So I guess I should give the Nuggets a little more credit for that. They did survive it, and thank God they did, because if this was 3-0 / if they blew that lead, Nuggets.
If you go down 3-0 by doing that, by giving up a 19-2 run.
Like, it's not literally break up the team time, but, if they lost a 20-point lead in a Western Conference Finals game, it would have been something that stuck with Murray and Jokic forever. 2 guys that in very different ways almost have soft reputations. Like Jokic, he's the former chubby guy, and Murray, he's kind of an undersized guard. Whatever. Nuggets do it. Good for them. We'll be tuning in Thursday night. Thursday night probably going to be a crazy night, huh? Football, Western Conference Finals, baseball
night. So not sure how much we'll see.
Maybe the hockey. Who knows? So good for the Nuggets. So that's the game of the night. I think a lot of people were talking about that. Twitter was really going. BBD, there was a lot of good baseball action.
Really
and let's do it. We go east to west like we normally do. We'll start out with, how about our Yanks and the Jays, BBD? The Yanks bounced back. Last night caught an L, but tonight they bounced back. They look good. It was Garrett Cole Day, our guy. He shoved his last full start before the playoffs. Nice. He looks good. Yankees offense puts up 12 runs with no homers. I don't know. The Yankees bounce back. Man, it's going to be tough for them to get home field. We'll talk about that in a little bit. The game going on your screen right now, Nats Phillies played a double dip yesterday. Phillies in the heart of this NL sloppy playoff chase. They lose both games to the Nationals. Austin Voth complete game 1 earned run game 1. Nats went up 5-0 in this game. Sloppy defense. And this was with their guy Nola on the bump. Game 2, Phillies go up early. This game goes back and forth. Soto hits a stupid home run. Just stupid. Opposite field, easy power. He shouldn't be doing that at his age. Didi with a big double to put them up. Real Muto with the tire. This game goes to extras, doubleheader, so it's the 8th inning. God, the Phillies, they end up scoring. Throwing error, bunt, move the guy over, whatever. Yadiel Hernandez. This guy probably should be bro of the night. Teaser, he's not. Maybe he is. Maybe BBD works him in. I think he's a 32-year-old rookie. He hits the walk-off homer off Brandon Workman, that Phillies pin. Nationals take both games. Phillies go from 500 to 2 games under. Holy smokes in Philadelphia. What else in the East? Mets beat the Rays. Sure. Good for them. Robbie Cano homers, Pete Alonso homers. Pete Alonso had some like advanced baseball quotes after the game. I don't know if he's getting loved or ripped for that. He's saying he was kind of unlucky this year. I guess players don't say that. I don't know. Mets win 5-2. Red Sox beat the Orioles. Nick Pavetta's debut. He looked good. Nobody cares. And then the Braves blew out the Marlins. BBD, the Central is where things are happening, my man. The Brewers, they beat the Reds. Sonny Gray's comeback, though, 5 innings, 1 earned. He looks good. He should be ready for the playoffs if they get there. Castellanos with the 2-run homer. But the Brewers, Sogard with the game-winning double to put them up in the 7th. Brewers bullpen is disgusting. Devin Williams, look him up. Brewers get the win. They'll do the rubber match of that series today, unless they're playing 4. Pirates beat the Cubbies. How about it? Steven Brault back-to-back. Really nice start for the Pirates. Cubs, you're not in danger because everyone else behind you is being idiots. But, hey, don't be losing to the Pirates. Jacob Stallings with the walk-off in the 9th off of, I think it was Andrew Chafin, which I have a friend, Andrew Chapin, who does stuff with Jomboy. You might have even seen him. White Sox, Cleveland, again, BBD, another insane in the membrane, insane in the brain game. Cleveland ends up walking off Jose Ramirez, late AL MVP push. We'll talk about that in a second. But crazy, Cleveland is coming back after they were dead in the water against the White Sox. And speaking of the other team in this mix, and you're seeing their highlights on the screens right now, we are rolling, BBD. Twins 5, Tigers 4. We go 10 innings in this one. Buxton, big homer. He's been hot. He's hitting every time he hits it, he hits a homer. Fastest player in the league, whatever. Mitch Garver back for the Twins, catching, hitting homers. Good for him. Willie Castro, a couple RBIs for Detroit, gives them the lead. In extras, Detroit gets 1 on the Candelario single. I've got this weird kind of Bill Clinton thumb going today. How about that? Rosario ties it. Kepler walks it off for the Twins. They got the robes, playoff robes. Donaldson bought them for the team. Those were going around Twitter last night. I think the Twins are a half game back of the White Sox all of the sudden in the AL Central. That race is getting out of control. The other game that gets overlooked and good because Cardinals, you didn't want to be talked about, they win 5-0 over the Royals. Austin Gomber? Nobody knows yet. 6-inning shutout. And in the West, D-backs beat the Rangers. Nobody cares. A couple guys with the last name Smith combined for a shutout for the D-backs. Giants, they beat my Rocks. I was getting excited for Cardiac Rocks, Zombie Rocks. I was calling them all day yesterday. It was tied 2-2 in the 7th. Alex Dickerson, the new father, pinch hit home run. Matt Kemp stole a base in this game. It was his first steal since like 2016. Matt Kemp, we talk about future thick boy Mike Trout, like when he's just a 38-year-old DH. Go look at Matt Kemp right now and go look at young Matt Kemp. I mean, life comes at you fast, people. Look at me. Giants end up winning 5-2. Angels beat the Padres. Nobody really cares. Max Stassi hits 2 home runs. Good for him. The Angels are playing pretty good ball lately, and it's literally like 3 games too late, guys. You just blew it. You just blew this whole season. Now you're blowing your draft pick. Houston beats Seattle 6-1. Maldonado with the big homer to open it up. Framber Valdez, another good start. He is good, man. He's good. Astros nip the Zombie Mariners in the butt. And then the other game, that was a lot of fun. Best jerseys in the game, says Trevor Plouffe. Dodgers versus the A's, or most colorful jerseys, excuse me. Dodgers end up clinching the 1 seed. Robbie Grossman with the homer early. But then Muncy, Pollock, Taylor, and Seager. Tager, I almost said. That's almost like the grill. They all hit homers. Dodgers kind of dominate this game. In somewhat of a test for the A's. They clinched the other day. They haven't played a ton of great teams, but not really. Dodgers win 7-2. So holy smokes, BBD, what did I miss What needs to be added? What do you got for me, Big
Whew.
Poppy?
Well, Dodgers get the number 1 seed. Don't remember if you said it, but cool. That was expected. Anderson Simmons opted out. Probably going to talk more about that on JJR right after this ad, and probably talking baseball. It'll come up because you'll want Trevor's thoughts, or at least it'll come up on the pregame show, which will also be later. Ad.
Wow.
The Yanks score 12 runs without any homers, so that's a thing.
It's cool.
I'm sure a certain demographic will be really happy about that. I'm just happy they won and scored runs, personally.
Yeah.
Because they're the team I root for.
I think, well, the NL is a mess.
NL's still a mess.
As of today, the Phillies and San Francisco are out of the playoffs. We have 4 NL Central teams in as of today. That will change a lot. And I think the other development is the Marlins are slipping. They're finishing with a really tough schedule. Braves and Yankees, they're down to the 6th seed, which nobody's really been down there. And that changes like the whole playoff outlook. If they keep sliding, like there's a chance they could fall off, but then the Phillies would have to come back. The NL is crazy. Like you could spend 30 minutes talking about it, so I won't fully lose it.
That was the other one I had, was that like I don't think the Fish are making it.
I mean, it's a hot take, but it's also not. I mean, they've got to go like 2-3 the rest of the way, and I don't know if they can. It's going to be interesting and wild to watch. Milwaukee's got some absolute filth at the end of their bullpen. You probably know Hader. You got to learn Williams and Peralta. They are disgusting. If they get in the playoffs, they are kind of a nightmare matchup. They can end the game with about 5 shutout innings pretty easily. Back to the American League. We are pumping baseball, baby. It's a baseball company. It's coming out. You're out of here. Whoa, Angel Hernandez. Speaking of, Angel Hernandez was at the Cleveland White Sox game last night, which I skimmed kind of quickly. It was another big game. Jose Ramirez walks it off in extras. Angel Hernandez threw out Tim Anderson because everyone's there to see Angel Hernandez, and that's obvious. But yeah, man, the Yankees have been planning on playing Minnesota for the past week or so. Minnesota is a half game back of the White Sox. Same amount of wins. White Sox have 1 less loss. I think Minnesota finishes with Cincy. I think Cleveland finishes with like Pittsburgh. So this AL Central also is going to be very exciting down the stretch. And I don't know. I mean, chaos. And if you're the Angels, you should be kicking yourselves because you finally started playing good baseball, and they probably should be the 8th team in the American League, but they've blown it.
They were like built for this new format and just absolutely pooped the bed.
What a frustrating team.
You have Mike Trout, and you got him big time help, and they've had like better pitching than you could have expected coming into the year. Just very frustrating.
A lot of baseball. Good stuff, BBD. Great stuff. So we did the basketball, the game of the night. We did a full slate of baseball. Exciting stuff. Good stuff, baseball. Proud of you. Hockey, do you have hockey highlights? Do we know who won, BBD?
I don't believe hockey was last night. Today's Wednesday. My days of the week have been completely off.
Dude, my days of the week have been shook too. I don't really get what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know what I did, but my days of the week are completely off. I don't think they played. I believe they play tonight.
To find the hockey score, I clicked on the NFL score, so that's where I'm currently at. Dolphins, Jags play tomorrow. Get excited for that, Florida. Okay, so none of the slappy sticks. BBD, I think this brings us to our comment of the day. Bakers, the Wake and Jake community, I love you guys. You're delicious. You're tasty. Y'all smell good today. I ask you guys to bake the algorithm. Comments, reviews, likes, and share today's one. We had, because of technical difficulties, we had two 2 eps on the YouTube yesterday, so we had like split views. So share today's ep on the YouTube or leave it running in the background. Get those views up for today because they were a little down yesterday. That's our bad. Tech Monster got us. But BBD, we go into the comments, likes, and reviews, and we get a couple comments of the days. It's like interacting with you guys. Just going to be honest with you. It's nice. It's delightful. Yesterday, we had a bunch of comments about Gruden because I was going in and out of my Gruden voice and Gruden outfit, so that makes sense.
And that's obvious.
Someone left a comment about outfits, and it was the most liked comment yesterday. Is who here comes for the outfit? So that's why I have my JJR shirt under this, but I threw on my Middlebury baseball umpire shirt in a shout out to Angel Hernandez, star of the show. That's why people watch. And then the main comment that got me, there was a gentleman from London who he commented and he's like, "Hey, no, I'm late to this, but I still don't get the Mookie Betts trade." And I really appreciated that. I appreciate you reaching out. And if you're watching today, I mean, it all comes back to money. I don't think the Red Sox were willing to pay him the big bucks. So probably basically came from ownership that you're not going to be able to pay him. What was his final contract? What was his Dodgers extension?
Dude, it ended up huge. I'll find it.
Was it over 3?
Yeah, I think by quite a bit.
So I think the owners pretty much told the GM, you're not going to be able to re-sign this guy, so trade him for something. So they did.
I think his total contract that he got from the Dodgers is 12 years, $365.
Yeah.
And that
doesn't do it.
I don't think that even includes this year. So he's going to be there 13 years. They wanted to get under the luxury tax, and they were hoping they could keep him, but JD opted in and whatever else, and it's kind of the only way they could get under the luxury tax because that's what's most important when you have Mookie Betts.
So how about that? So leave a comment, reach out. Could be about the show. It could be about sports. We might end up having another sports conversation. You guys are the best. The Facebook crowd is nuts. Love it. Absolutely love it. And the podcast app, I think 219 reviews. So if you want to leave a review there, everything helps, guys. I appreciate you. Let's keep talking sports together. And BBD, before we get into our last fake final segment of the night, the bro of the night, I told you guys we're going to be talking about him this week and I think a little bit next week. Bottle Keeper. I told you yesterday they were on Shark Tank. Cool dudes. They reached out to us, big time sports fans, on their Shark Tank thing. They did a whole thing with A-Rod. He threw a ball at the can. I mean, classic A-Rod entertainment. I told you they got all sorts of different models. Yesterday we had the Pint Keeper yesterday. Today we're going Can Keeper. I threw my LaCroix in here this morning, if you know what I'm saying. And I mean, I'll let you watch me drink it. Bottle Keeper, it's pretty badass. This one would probably be my play. Like this thing looks like it's made for war. You could take this literally wherever with you. Your drink will stay cold or hot. I'm not a hot liquid guy. You know this about Lil Poppy. So today we're showing off the Can Keeper. You throw your can in there. It doesn't spill. That blew Jomboy's mind. Doesn't exactly blow my mind. It's a really nice feature, which made me super nervous to drink because I was sure I was going to spill on myself. Go check out the Can Keeper, Pint Keeper. I won't tease what's coming next. You could go to their website, bottlekeeper.com, and check it out. They're awesome. Everything's like fair price. Like it's not one of those things you're going to click and be like, oh, why would I pay $150? Like, no, these are appropriately priced. I think are these $30? Either way, go check them out. Today was the Can Keeper. Go to the website, bottlekeeper.com, 20% off with the promo code Jomboy. These are $34.99. And this will last you the rest of your life. That's not their promise, but it's Poppy's promise. So enjoy your morning LaCroix with Bottle Keeper. BBD, our last segment is the brew of the night. A lot of candidates. Interested to see where you go with yours because you've got some options. I don't think Jamal Murray's getting the shout, which feels criminal because he hit a couple big D shots last night. Win another game, Denver, and then we'll catch up with all of you. BBD, my bro of the night is going to Jose Ramirez. And the people know Little Poppy's never been too nervous to pat himself on the back. I wonder how many people just clicked out because I called myself Little Poppy twice. Anyways, 3 times. Jose Ramirez for the Cleveland Indians is making a late run for the MVP. And we did an episode of Talking Baseball yesterday, that's out today, where we were just circling up on some things. We kind of couldn't deep dive on the playoff chase because it changes literally every day. BBD, Jose Ramirez is leading baseball in WAR now. The different websites use different WARs. I think Fangraphs has him as the leader in WAR.
Well, everyone knows the better version of WAR is whichever one supports your argument better.
Yes.
So.
Yes, and that's fat. Rules are rules. Jose Ramirez has turned it on, and when this season we did some before the season, potential hot takes / place your bets. I was like, hey, throw plus 5,000 Jose Ramirez MVP. He gets hot in a hurry, and he has gotten hot in a hurry. He's got 10 steals, 16 home runs. The OPS is sneaking near 1 dot, and he's leading these Indians to something special. The Indians, they got nothing out of their outfield. Lindor's really having a down year for Frankie Lindor. Let me see if I can butter knife some stats for you real quick, BBD. I mean, sure, it would have been nice to have this plan before. Absolutely. That's not live butter knife. Last 19 games, 10 homers. A 1.2 OPS. So my guy has turned it on. And by the way, he's just a fun player to watch. Listed at 5'9", 190. If you watch any of our shows, you know that means he's 5'8", 200. He's a really fun, good ball player. And he's leading Cleveland to the playoffs, and they might jump up some seeds. They might not, might be a little too late, but they'll be in the dance, and he is a dude you do not want to run into. Makes it so tough to play them with all the switch hitters. So I'm giving it to Jose Ramirez, walk-off homer last night.
Jake, my bro of the night. I wanted to go a couple ways with it. It feels criminal not to give it to Jamal Murray after his little dick drop, but I don't know, the overall numbers weren't like amazing. If that capped like a 40-point night, wow, it would have been like, oh, you got it. But win another game. And then when I decided I wanted to go with the baseball, it's tough again. There's a couple ways you could have gone with it. Yeah. Alex Dickerson's cool. Kepler has the tying homer and the walk-off, and there were a few ways to go, but I'm gonna get mean with it a little bit. I'm giving just a bruh to the Phillies. Like, what are you doing, dropping a doubleheader to this Nationals team when it's not a Scherzer day? It's not. I think I looked it up, I know I looked it up. I think it is like nobody had like nobody like went off. There wasn't like a multiple hit game. It wasn't like just a bunch of homers. They let the 32-year-old rookie beat them on the walk-off, and dude, like, you can't do that. They'd be such a fun team to like root for in the playoffs because like pretty much everyone in that lineup is cool and fun. Girardi's a manager I like. Maybe a part of it is just all the Yankee connections for me, but like, dude.
Yeah. No, it's a big time, bruh. And tough because they're Jamal Murray, a lot of good performances, but I mean the Phillies. If we were doing, let's see, BBD, if we were doing pure storylines and pure clickbait order, I mean the Phillies should be probably 2 or 3. Because yeah, man, I mean that's a proud sports city. That's Philly. That's they signed Bryce Harper. They've made a lot of moves. Girardi. And, again, it's this kind of sick National League this year where, depending what you do on a given day, you're in or out of the playoffs. And losing 2 games, BBD, my whole thing has been the race to 30. They now have a 29 in the loss column. So essentially, they'd have to go 3-1, which is very doable. But it's also not when you have other teams that have more losses to give up. So I don't know. I'm worried about Philly. At the same time, the Marlins are sliding, so I could see a world where the Marlins miss the playoffs and Philly gets back in as the 6th seed. So it's an insane year. But yeah, they dropped 2 to the Nationals. Nola in that first game, their guy, they really blew that one. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of fight they have in them. But yeah, no, that's a bruh.
They end the season at Tampa. And if Tampa hasn't clinched anything, or if they decide they really want that top spot just to avoid Cleveland, they might still be trying to win games this weekend, is my point. And like they have the number 1 seed in the AL right now. That's not an easy matchup for them. They're out for me. I kind of don't want. If it wasn't for us doing this show, I don't think I'd ever look at a score the rest of the way, which is 5 days, but 4 days.
Man, exciting times in baseball company. I know we do have some sports folk that get a little lost in the baseball, because to kind of track baseball, you got to get lost in it. But that's a lot of good stuff. A good bruh of the night, BBD.
And to do it while the Marlins are sliding,
yeah,
is really bad. That's really bad. I just went on a thing earlier about not thinking the Marlins were going to make it, and it's like, no, the Phillies will outbad you, I guess.
It's nuts, man. It really is. So many teams are going to be kicking themselves this year. Excited to see how it sorts out. And again, Phillies could finish strong, Marlins could shit the bed, and then Philly looks great for winning the 6th seed. But what does it really mean? So yeah, we'll keep you guys updated on that. Obviously, today's Wednesday, right? Yeah, the days are all off, BBD. BBD, what to watch for tonight? I give you the gentleman's honors on this.
Whew. Well, Celtics Heat tonight, I believe. Is that series tied? It's 2-1. Dumb. But those games have all been really, really fun. So that's like the number 1 game to watch. Baseball, not a standout pitching matchup, really, as far as a game that matters. Astros want to take care of the Mariners, and they have Greinke on the hill, so I'd expect them to. Brewers, Reds again. Reds have Bauer going. Brewers have Hauser. That series matters. It's kind of it. White Sox, Indians again, but now both of them are kind of in and sort of secure with where they're going to be. I guess Cleveland still wants to jump up and have that second place spot, but not a whole lot of standout stuff tonight in the baseball.
Yeah, I think,
but a lot of stuff that you should keep an eye on if you won't be disappointed by anything.
Cleveland and the White Sox, I believe, have 2 more games, and tonight is Giolito versus Bieber. So yeah,
that's the best pitching matchup on paper. We'll see how. Probably neither of them are gonna go as long as they can. But
that's one of the best pitching matchups of the season. That's exciting. Bauer for the Reds. That's always kind of a must watch. Sixto Sanchez and Max Fried. Boogity. So yeah, no, the baseball is going to keep rolling, and again, all of these teams that are in the NL mix, it's every day something's going to change, and you're going to hate your team, you're going to love your team. Emotions are on the line in this weird, wild regular season, and yeah, that Celtics game, man, it's going to be really interesting. I think if, again, dumb sports analysis, but sometimes that's all you need. If Boston wins tonight, they are very much favored in that season. They kind of dominated the first 2 games, but lost. So if they come back and win these next 2, in theory, they've dominated most of the series. The Heat can really, 3-1, and we talked about what the Nuggets have done, but the Heat are good, man. That's tonight's probably going to be. I would bet that's going to be a very good game. And again,
be a lot of fight.
we're in this sports utopia. So if you're staying up late, enjoy it. You only got a couple more weeks of full craziness, but enjoy it. Enjoy it, because that's where I was last night, and then I had a beer, so that was pretty sweet, pretty cool of me, if I'm being completely honest. And I actually woke up and felt the best I felt in like a month. So I don't know if that's not being sick. I don't know if that's my body needs beer to survive. Doesn't seem right. Either way, we're hit that point of the show. JJR coming up next. Talking Yanks is out. Talking baseball. Morning. Just happened. Is the morning. Man's playing baseball. They're the best. Go check them out. Yeah, go Braves.
He's got you covered.
It's a little loud. You're all beautiful.
Don't fret. He's wearing
Promo code Jomboy 20% off.
Angel Hernandez, number 1.
Wake and Jake, good night.
Bottlekeeper.
Jake sucks.